Hello everybody! Ghostblade 1062 here with another locomotive review. Today we will be looking at a Class 10 steam locomotive from the Deutsche Bundesbahn, nicknamed the Black Swan, made by Roco. Alright, taking a look at the box. On the front of the box we have the Roco logo as well as website, with their typical navy blue packaging. Looking on the bottom here, we have their address as well as a QR code and a warning that this product is not made for anyone under the age of 14. The back of the box is, as well as the top, are empty. And looking at the left-hand side of the box, here we have the product ID, this being 70191. It's a Deutsche Bundesbahn locomotive in HO scale. It is a DC locomotive installed with a DCC sound decoder and a working smoke unit. Its road number is 10002, this being one of two of this class of locomotive ever built. Here we have the product barcode and a line drawing of the locomotive itself. Now, taking off the top, we have, to start off with, unboxing instructions, which is something you don't usually see. But this is due to the fact that the locomotive is shipped in its own display case, rather than the typical packaging you would usually see. Also included, we have a bag of various detailed parts, including etched metal signage, replacement smoke streamlining, and hose and brake line detailing. We also have included a smoke fluid kit, which will come in handy. And last but not least, the instruction manual in 3 different languages: German, English, and French. And starting off in here, we again have the unboxing instructions. And now I'll skip forward to the English part of the instruction booklet. And to start off with, we have some prototype information. So if you would like to take the time to read this, you can stop right now. Then next we have instructions, pre-operating instructions for oiling. Running in instructions. Then we have instructions for the detail parts. decoder installation instructions for 16-pin and 22-pin decoders. Followed by maintenance instructions. Lubrication instructions. Instructions on how to fill the smoke fluid. Replacing traction tires. Instructions for attaching the etched labels, including where to put them. And finally, the DCC decoder functions. Followed by a list of CVs. We also have DCC operation instructions. And that concludes the English portion of the instruction manual. Now moving forward, we'll start by taking off there we are. The top cover. Of the display case, here we go. And then on top, to hold the locomotive steady, we have this hard plastic cradle, followed by some softer plastic to protect the paint. We also have some more soft plastic wrapped around the locomotive itself. And for the moment, I'm gonna keep it on its base plate to help hold it steady as we take a look at the detail parts. So, starting on the side here, we have this nice streamline thing along the side with the silver paint. We have our dynamo here near the smokestack. We have our separately fitted wind deflectors at the front. We have our various pipes going along the side of the boiler here as well. This is an oil-fired locomotive. The piston rods are very nicely detailed. And we have some nice, clear, legible writing on the side. We have a fully enclosed cab with interior detailing. And taking a look at the top here, we have what looks to be potential sunroof. Looking at the front of the locomotive, we have our 3 headlights. And then going further down, we have our road number here. Our buffers. And then our brake lines and coupler. This one being non-functional. and being for decorative purposes. Taking a look at the other side, we see much of the same detailing, though we have less piping, but we do have our whistle here near the smokestack, as well as various valves. And again, we can get a nice view of the cab window into the cab. Now moving on to the tender itself, we have our nice legible capacity information on the side of the tender here, which is repeated on the other side. The silver lining, streamlining continues all the way around to the back. We have our warnings along the tender as well. On the side, this side here, we have some steps going up to the very top of the tender, as well as an antenna. And now, looking at the rear of the locomotive, we have this overlapping from the top of the tender above the top center rear light. We also have the road number here. We have our standard NEM socket coupler, our buffers, and our brake line on the buffer beam. And now, to flip this over and begin taking the locomotive off. And the locomotive is screwed on here quite tightly, which is good. Hey, that's the tender. Cab, and now for the last one. There we go. Here we are. Now we have the locomotive off of its base. Now we can flip it over to check the wheels to see if they are engaged. And taking a look here, the first axle was cutting it close on the lead truck. However, the rest are all engaged. And here on the tender, we also have 2 sets of rubber traction tires. And now, off camera, I'm going to conduct the basic starting maintenance, and I'll be back for a function test. Alright, now that we have the locomotive on the track, we can begin checking its functions. Starting with function 0, the directional headlights. Function 1 is operating sounds. Function 2 activates the smoke generator. Though it is taking some time for the smoke fluid to properly integrate itself into the system. Function 3 is the two-tone whistle long. Function 4 is a conductor's whistle. Function 5 is coupling and uncoupling sounds. Function 6 is shunting gear, which is a speed control function that reduces top speed for yard work. Function 7 is curve squeal. Function 8 is circulation lighting, which gives us lighting along the main drivers. Function 9 is cab lighting. Function 10 is oil burner sounds. Function 11 is rear lighting. Function 12 is generator sounds. Function 13 is drainage or steam let off. Function 14 is a mute function. Function 15 is injector sounds. Function 16 is the feeder pump. Function 17, the air pump. Function 18 is the whistle double. Function 19 is the whistle long. Function 20 is station announcement. Function 21 is slagging. Function 22, the water drum. Function 23 is cylinder drainage. Function 24 is sanding. And finally, functions 25 and 26 are to raise and lower the volume. All right, everybody. This concludes a review of the Class 10 steam locomotive by Roco, nicknamed the Black Swan. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like or a comment, and subscribe for more model railroad content. Have a great day, everybody.